أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. There was, in fact, a doubt, a question about the verse of purification, Ayatul Tathir. This verse, we say a verse, but it is not a complete verse. It is a phrase of a verse. The number of the verse is 33. The number of chapter also is 33. In that verse, verse 33, within that verse, there is a phrase. We call it Ayatul Tathir, or the verse of purification. The question was that because of the former verses and later verses, we have to say that Ahlul Bayt are the wives of the Holy Prophet. Because the former verses are talking about the wives. Here also when it says that we purify you, the household or the Ahlul Bayt, it means the wives of the Holy Prophet. But we answered that no. This phrase, especially this phrase, is not related with the former and with the later verses. The wording of that phrase is different. If it is located here, it is because of the command of the Holy Prophet of Islam. To prove that this phrase does not apply to the wives of the Holy Prophet of Islam, we answered in the former program, but we will continue to say that to know whether it applies to the wives of the Holy Prophet of Islam or not, we have to know the meaning of purification. What does purification here mean? إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل البيت ويطهركم, and to purify. What is the meaning of purification here? We have two types of purification: physical purification and spiritual purification. Allah has willed to purify Ahlul Bayt physically or spiritually. If we say it is physical purification, it will be meaningless. It does not sound, because physical purification is not limited only to a specific people. Physical purification is wanted of everybody. The verse says, Innama. Innama means only you. Innama yuridullah liyudhib ankum ar-rijsa ahlal bayt. Verily, only you, Ahlul Bayt, are purified. Therefore, it should be a spiritual purification. A spiritual purification means that somebody and some people who are free from all types of sins and crimes. Because sins and crimes are a kind of impurity. When a person commits sin, it is not purified. It's a kind of impurity. Sins, bad habits, bad characteristics, crimes, all of them will impurify our heart. And the phrase is saying that Allah has repelled all types of impurity from you, Ahlul Bayt. This is first. The meaning of purification is a purification of the heart, of the spirit, not of the physical body. Secondly, we have two types of wills: generative will and legislative will. إنما يريد الله. Allah has willed. What type of will? If it is legislative, Allah has willed for everybody to be clean. Legislative means that in the laws of Sharia, everybody is obliged to be purified. They are obliged. Allah has willed for everybody. But generative will does not apply to everybody. After we realized that this is al-iradatu takwiniyah, generative will, not al-iradatu tashri'iyah. Secondly, this is at-tahara al-batiniyah, the real purification, the heart purification, the spiritual purification, not at-tahara al-zahiriyah. Therefore, we say that the wives of the Holy Prophet of Islam are not from Ahlul Bayt, because if they were from Ahlul Bayt, they must be purified, but they were not. This is not my claim that I am saying they were not. They were not free from all types of sins. Sometimes they committed sins, and they were condemned by Allah the Almighty. And this shows that they were not from Ahlul Bayt. If they were from Ahlul Bayt, they must be purified. Allah has willed to purify them. When Allah has repelled all impurity from Ahlul Bayt, it means that Ahlul Bayt are infallible. Infallible means that they are innocent. They do not commit any crime or sins. But the wives of the Holy Prophet, unfortunately, some of them, sometimes they committed sins. The story of their committing sins is very long that I don't want to talk about it in details, but I advise those brothers and sisters who want to do more researches about this issue. Please, we have a chapter in the name of Surah Al-Tahrim. That is 66th chapter. The number of chapter is chapter 66 of the Holy Quran. Refer to that chapter. The beginning verses, especially verse 3. Under that verse, refer to the books of interpretation. Then you will realize the story. The story is about the wives of the Holy Prophet of Islam, especially two wives of the Holy Prophet of Islam who unfortunately did wrong. They did wrong. They committed sin, a kind of impurity. And in that verse, Allah is condemning them. Refer to that. And these are the references that I will give you. The book of Tafsir al-Kabir by Fakhr Razi, volume 3, by Zamakhshari, volume 3, page 49. Sunan al-Bayhaqi, volume 7, page 353. Sunan al-Nisa'i, volume 7, page 71. Also, the book of Sahih Bukhari, volume 3, page 104. Under that specific verse, also Sahih Muslim, volume 10, Bisharh al-Nawawi, page 73. And finally, please refer to the book of Al-Musnad li Imam Ahmad Hanbal, and volume 5, page 339. The number of tradition is 17927. all these references have talked about the story of those two wives. This shows that they were not from Ahlul Bayt. We will continue inshallah in next program. Until then, thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.